Welcome to Laugh, Cry, or Die. This is a comedy disability podcast hosted by two people who, funnily enough, have disabilities. What a coincidence. My name is Steve Wilbury, and with me, as always, is my co host, Naomi Strain.
Hello.
And with her, as always, well, not as always, as today, and very rarely, is her mum, Naomi's mum.
Hello there.
Hi, Naomi's mum. Thank you so much for joining us today to tell us all the horrible stories that Naomi doesn't want us to hear.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to hearing all about Naomi's first period. When did you notice her menses?
When did my boobs show? I'm still waiting, actually.
It never happened.
My shit flat-chested daughter.
When did you say, well, that's not happening? No, we're here. We're going to talk to Naomi's mum today about just kind of what it's like being the mum of a spaz, because on the podcast we talk a lot about our viewpoints of being a spaz and what it's like having to, fucking deal with life. But it is hard for the people who love us having to, one, see us go through these horrible things, and also having to be there and support us through these horrible things. It's not a good time.
It's really difficult being the other side of the world.
Mm.
Makes me feel pretty useless. And I'm only lucky that Naomi has good friends that look after her. But at the same time, I just want to give her a hug, and the other side of the world is really difficult and quite traumatic. Every morning I wake up, because we're on a different time scale, I know if Naomi's been on Facebook or emailing, and I check every morning when I wake up, because when I wake up in the morning, it's Naomi's late afternoon. So if she's been on Facebook, I know she's okay.
I might have died overnight.
Well, the thing is, if there's no comments on Facebook, okay, I'll leave it a day.
So Naomi was on the other side of the world when her seizures first arrived.
Yes.
And when that first happened, were you like, I must do something. I must do a mum.
Yeah, how did you hear about the first seizure? What?
I think you sent me a newspaper cutting of your tree with a car implanted in it.
What a way to tell you, hey, I made paper.
It's always, don't panic, but at that time you didn't know you had the seizures, but then I think you were in a shop and collapsed, and gradually it became a pattern and you were diagnosed. And I was more interested in trying to find out the cause of thinking why. And that's when we went back to thinking about the bends when she was diving in England, and tried to suggest that might have been the cause, but at the time doctors just poo-pooed it.
We can say my twat of a neurologist didn't listen to my mum. Mums know best.
That's all we could put it down to. There was no other head trauma, or so it was just, I just went on a mission to try and find out why, because if there was a reason why, maybe they could treat it better.
Did you ever look at like my childhood and things like? Did you ever blame yourself? Did you do something or anything like that? Because I blame myself. Was it too much partying, or was it my diet, or whatever?
Or your birth, or anything. Yeah, definitely. But I didn't try to self-blame, because it wasn't about me.
Oh,
I just wanted to help you. And as I say, the other side of the world, it was really difficult. Really difficult.
I mean, how disappointed are you in Naomi for failing to stop having seizures?
I think Mum was disappointed in me anyway.
So it's just another,
It's like, I always knew she was rubbish.
Yes. Well, there is that.
Out of all my children, of course it's that one. The rubbish, the runt of the litter.
The rubbishest one has the rubbishest disease. It all starts to make sense.
But that's fair enough. I said, because I'm the runt, then all the illnesses and poorliness, I'll take them all, because I'm already rubbish. And that means the other four can live happy, normal lives, and I'll just take all the shit on board.
You're so good to people.
I am so good to people. I'm such a good person. We are good people.
We are good
We are good
people.
people. It's great.
Yeah.
We've just been on holiday, and we can sit in the car and we can slag everybody off and have a good old bitch and moan. As long as we say afterwards, we're good people, that wipes it all out.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
The question our viewers want to know is, does it work for racial slurs?
Well, luckily, yes. When you tell people, like your friends,
Yes.
do you ever feel like, not embarrassed, but
No.
do you feel like you have to explain away?
No,
That's good.
no. It's hard to me to say to people when bad things have happened. I can't even get the words out through tears at times. But no, I've always been proud of you. Always,
I am a
That doesn't worry
wonderful
me. You're a
daughter.
wonderful daughter.
Say that
You should take
louder.
after your mother.
All right, yeah. With the incident that shall not be named, when Mum found out about that, she could barely tell Paul, my stepdad,
The words wouldn't come out.
couldn't say it because that sort of intense not being able to help and knowing that I was at my most vulnerable, and then I guess being trapped the other side of the world, that's kind of like almost like an exaggerated version of what you're dealing with every
That's
day.
right. But the only good thing was we were planning on coming to visit anyway, but that was it. We've got to go.
That was like, right, we need to
something
go.
good has come out of it, really, because we're here.
Yeah.
So you've got to look on the good side of things.
Has Naomi's condition, has it changed how the rest of the kids and you are together? What I'm saying is Naomi's condition a burden on the rest of
No.
the family?
Yeah, how much do you all suffer because of me?
I think Naomi's siblings, we've always been very close anyway, and I think that's just enhanced it.
There's
to
been
help
kind of like a
me.
coming together where everyone's
Yes,
like, oh, like the
definitely.
runt needs something
Yeah, that's
to
it.
fix them.
Better look after that one, because you're different
Oh,
to the rest of us.
That little one that didn't grow right. Maybe we should do, I don't know, a whip round, send her a tin of food.
So all the booze Mum had when she was pregnant.
You did mention the heavy drinking.
Well, do you know what? Actually, it was the really hot summer of '76.
It was.
When you're pregnant with me.
The year of the drought.
And one of my things is when I don't recognise the temperature and don't realise that I'm overheating, and that is a trigger for my seizures. I wonder if there's a connection there.
There could be.
He took me through the drought.
So what I'm hearing is shitty English weather gave you epilepsy.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Damn England. Ruin it.
Fair.
Not only do we try and conquer the world and steal everyone's countries, we also screw with my brain. Stupid us.
I mean, it's not hard. There's not a lot.
It's not much good about us, really, is there?
I mean, so like when Naomi first had her seizures, and there's this thing where it's like, you want to find out what's the cause and what's the why, and like, what was the transition from being in like fix this mode to like, this is the way our lives are now mode?
Yeah. So going from how do we fix it to, okay, how do we cope around it?
That's right. Still, again, difficult being the other side of the world, but it was being in constant contact. So I knew if Naomi was at home or she was in hospital, whether she had support. And I just found it just really difficult. It was like in my thoughts, as soon as I wake up in the morning, as I said before, as soon as I wake up in the morning, my first thought is lift my phone, see if Naomi's around, see if she's okay. If she's not, no response, then reach out to her friends.
Yeah, this is what they've got, is what I refer to as the secret network. And rather than messaging me, like everyone messaging me going, are you all right, are you safe? To give me that illusion of autonomy, Mum will try and contact me. If she doesn't hear from me, she'll put on Facebook, hey, has anyone heard from Nay? Or Nay, can you let me know you're okay? But I've just taught Mum how to tag me in those posts so I get a notification, because sometimes I scroll and don't see it. But then if nothing happens, she'll message the secret network and say, has anyone heard from Nay? And as long as somebody has, then they know that I'm all right. And so it makes me feel like I've got this, autonomous life, but the secret network is watching me.
How furious was the secret network when Naomi went to the top of a mountain and broke her fucking foot off?
Really idiotic, yeah. You know,
Like just
I mean,
just
come
thick,
on, don't
just
push the boundaries, you know. You haven't got to prove that you're superhuman or something.
Yeah, you're all like, oh, that sounds great, Nate. And then the network's going mental. What a stupid fucking idiot.
Well, because I remember when she was going through her tramping phase, she was like, "I'm gonna have my independence. And this is like my thing." And I was like, "Okay, okay."
I know. I mean, I don't want you to feel burdened by the epilepsy that, you can go out and do things, but on your own in the middle of nowhere up a mountain and, come on.
It's because I'm a big brave girl. You should be proud of me.
You just wanted a helicopter ride.
That was quite fun, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the car the other day and I can't remember what we were talking about, but Mum said something about helicopter. And I said, oh, I've been in helicopter a couple of times. And I was like, oh, is it fun? Like,
No.
Well, I was being rescued, so not quite as much fun as it could be. It's not really a scenic tour, but
I think there's an argument that your helicopter rides would be more fun than others because you have been on quite a lot of drugs at the time.
well,
Yes.
actually, not enough drugs. They gave me a little bit to get me into the helicopter, and then I didn't get any more. But if I could do it on ketamine, then it'd be fun. Tripping balls up in a helicopter. That would
I
be
know a guy.
I mean, Steve, if you can get me ketamine, then I'll be your best friend. As it is, I currently hate you.
Oh, so many back and forth. Oh my gosh. Best friends, loves, hate, ketamine. I don't know which way to turn.
See, I don't want Naomi sitting at home all day, going out, not being able to go out because she's frightened of having a seizure. But at the same time, don't take the piss.
That was what it was. It was that grown-up version of a tantrum. Of like, I know what's good for me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't want to. You guys get fucked. I'm gonna walk to the top of the mountain, and then my foot's gonna fall off, and I'm gonna be a tax burden again.
I feel like you're trying to be my dad. You're not my real dad, Steve.
Well, just because I'm
goodbye.
just because I'm belittling you and making you sound stupid.
It's just like my real dad.
It's like
try and make me feel shit, then you're fulfilling the role.
someone's got to do it. I mean, with the I hate to use the word journey, but like with the journey that kind of you've been on, have there been any like really standout moments of joy that you unexpectedly found in the middle of a difficult time period?
My best times is when Naomi succeeded doing her theatre. And I think, oh, good on you, because I can't stand on a stage. I could not stand on a stage and do what you do. So, and always, well, hopefully it's not in the back of your mind that you could have a seizure at any time, but it hasn't stopped Naomi. She gets out there and does stuff more than the average, because I tell you this now, when she was about 5 or 6 at school and they prepare for the school play on the nativity, and she'd learn everything and then stand on stage, see me in the audience and go, and wouldn't say a word. And she'd just stand there throughout the whole performance. Just, yeah.
But like,
making it?
Yeah, not standing there quiet, being scared, but being defiant, I guess.
Yeah.
Defiantly thick. That's the name of your sex tape and autobiography.
Defiantly thick. Yeah, that's the funny thing is hearing the stories of things I did as a kid. Because Mum told me a story about when I was little, probably like 5, and my class was due to go to PE, and I didn't want to, so I just didn't throw a temper tantrum. I just lay face down on the floor and refused to move.
Non-violent resistance.
Yeah, just stay there. And
so what I'm hearing is that you're basically Martin Luther King.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I look like him.
Well, I mean, you did in that bad panto that we don't talk about.
I've never done blackface. I've never done it.
Now's your chance.
Give me a second. Next podcast.
Did you ever see the Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live bit where he did whiteface?
No.
That was like an old like 70s Eddie Murphy bit, and he like dressed himself up as a white guy with whiteface, and he was like, I wanted to discover what life was like. So he went to the bank, and the bank was like, here, just have some money. And then he was sitting on the bus, and as soon as the last black person got off, these ladies in trench coats took their trench coats off and started serving cocktails.
Nice.
So when Eddie Murphy can do it, you can do it.
Okay, I'm sure that's how it
Is
works.
that a challenge?
Yeah. I mean, let's get cancelled. If we're going to go out with a bang,
Let's just go do full blackface.
fuck it.
Or-
We do need more disabled people. It's good having mum.
Well,
Because
Mum
she's,
is
she's rubbish. I mean, not in any like diagnosis or illness kind of way, just her personality.
He's just a bit shit. I didn't want to say.
Nuts. Bit of a
Yeah,
bitch.
we're doing this interview about how mum might be disappointed in me. I think we should be doing it in why I'm disappointed with her.
Have you brought the list of ways in which your mum's failed you growing up?
I'll go grab it
Go on then.
actually.
Go on,
I've got
do
it in my
it.
room because sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. and go, oh yeah, I hate that also. Hang on, and put it on my little list.
I do that same thing, but with stand-up jokes instead of how much I hate my mum. But you know, you do you.
It's good to keep track of these things.
It is.
Sorry, mum.
What? So back to
I'm just joking.
back to real life. Like, what are your hopes for the future for Nay?
That she'll come and live with me in Spain.
Ooh, how are you
The
gonna
offer's
get her
there.
there?
That is the thing. We've got a lot of working out to do. The option is there, shouldn't it ever become too much for Naomi being here on her own if the time comes that she's not able to get out and about and do what she'd like to do. So the offer is there, and the minute we get a go ahead, in the meantime we're going to try and work out the plan, whether it be a cruise, somehow that we could get.
Because you can you can book. Although they stopped it during COVID, you used to be able to get container ship berths.
Yeah, I mentioned this to these guys, but it
Mm.
actually was more expensive than actual cruise. And if I'm going on a ship across the other side of the world, I want to be fancy.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So I think a cruise to San Francisco, and then a cross country Greyhound bus ride. So you get like the fancy cruise and then like the bottom. And then once you get to the east coast of America, then you get another cruise over. So it's like a shit sandwich.
Perfect.
So it's
Or
like
We'd
good
have to
bit,
come and get
good
you
bit,
so we
good
could
bit.
come along too.
yeah, so then to come back, have another holiday here, jump on a
Mm.
cruise, have a wicked holiday, and then live in a hot country.
That would be pretty rad. And we can still do the podcast because it's all via Zoom. So it doesn't
Exactly. I
matter.
mean, you're already in Christchurch, you selfish bastard.
Fancy leaving her. I'd be disgusted.
Mum's really angry with you.
I was already like 45 minutes
No
away.
excuses. I'm not listening. La la la.
But yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
like
it's
the moon to get to her.
yeah, but it's particularly after the incident, and
yeah.
Mum hasn't been able to be here to help me through the internet. You've been a great help, right? And particularly on this holiday, I haven't shut up about it, and it's been good because I've been able to churn out all my worries and thoughts and go around in circles as I do in my head about it all. But I haven't been able to talk about it as much as I have been the time they've been here. So it's been like really helpful, particularly at the moment. But I think that's what kicked off this thinking about me perhaps moving, because my thought process was, depending on the outcome of the incident, whether I would feel safe staying in Nelson or not. And
I think I've been advocating that Naomi should move to Christchurch to be near me, because I'm obviously the best friend.
Everybody wants me.
But for that precise reason, like Naomi had been saying how she was staying in Nelson because of that she had the care that she thought was good.
Yes.
But yeah, if she's gonna move to Spain, she can fuck off.
Well, I was thinking, crossing my head was Blenheim, because I've got, film and friends there, and it's near enough for now some people to, sort of still be in contact. But
No, no, you don't want Nelson people. They're the worst people.
some of them are all right, but
Well,
they
have you
don't listen
seen
to.
look in the fucking mirror? Hey!
Luckily, my Nelson people don't really listen to the podcast, so we can say what we like.
You see, they're shitty. They're
Yeah.
really your friends. They listen to your podcast.
Yeah,
and
real
they
friends
just-
would. Some of Mum's people who don't even know me, they watch the
They
clips
do.
and the podcasts and stuff. Yeah.
So it's back to your mum and away from you because you're boring. Um, with the like, when you ever is it ever like a struggle talking to other parents? You ever find like, oh, how's Naomi? Is Naomi great now? She's better, isn't she? Like that kind of a thing, or are the people in your circle, are they a bit more understanding, or do you find it hard talking about Naomi to new people to so that they understand?
Not really. I'd say, talk about, because our family's spread all over the world, and I'll say, like, Naomi's in New Zealand, and they say, oh, is she married? Has she got a partner? And I'll say, no. And I said, she's, she's quite poorly, but, and they're usually concerned, good friends. And if people sort of were derogatory about Naomi, they wouldn't be my friend anymore.
Who said what?
Luckily, I choose my friends well, and most are understanding. But on the same time, you don't want. When I was in work, I'm retired now, but when I was at work, I'd be going in maybe to work every other day and say, "Oh, Naomi's had a seizure." And sort of some people rolled their eyes and saying, "Oh,
Oh, really?
not that again."
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that
Yeah.
was difficult. But true friends, they would be asking before I even said anything. Is Naomi all right today?
Yeah, we've kind of said this with with our friends, that if I just had one seizure, it's like, wow, that's a big story, but it almost becomes tedious to people. Like we said with when we chatted with Anna previously, when she's diagnosed with cancer and that she's dying, people are like, oh my God, that's terrible, but then she's still not dying, and people are like, oh my God, almost like waiting, when's she gonna die? It's like people
Yeah,
just
she's looking shockingly well.
fucking hell, she is right. She's looking really hot still. When's she gonna look? She looks better than me. She's bloody dying. That's not fair.
To be fair, she has always looked significantly better than you. She has one of the world's great asses.
She has always been particularly hot,
She's
beautiful.
and that's
She
why
really is.
God cursed her.
Because she's hot. Which is why. But why did God curse you, Naomi? Why? This is the mystery.
I think it's my superior intelligence. My
Superior to a
to
dog?
you, superior to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big
I always
words for
think,
somebody
yeah.
who wants somebody else to edit the podcast.
I've been doing. We're on like almost 50 episodes, and just for the record, how many of those did you edit? And how many TikTok clips have you made? And how many uploads have you done?
Love hearts.
And
It's
it's cool. It's cool.
Oh,
I've been
oh,
obviously lately I've been really obviously slack because my priority is my people.
an associate spaz card, I would say, for Naomi's mum gets given. I think all parents get an associate spaz card by definition.
Yeah, affiliate members.
Affiliate. Like you can still come to the shop, but you can't shop as much in the spaz shop.
And you pay a high price.
Say my mum has her own spaz card.
Ah, okay. So she gets full discount.
She gets full discount because she's got multiple sclerosis.
Ah, she's mental.
Well, fine. Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for this episode, and thank you to Naomi's mum for making my buddy.
Thank you for letting me join you.
Thank you.
Cool. Bye-bye.
Bye.